You are an ancient soul who has ancient memories and galactic connection. The Starseed Council has a message for you. You've been getting a lot of activations. Your clairvoyance has been going crazy. Your dreams are either blocked or somebody's been receiving some serious visions that you needed confirmation of. Some of you guys are also getting past life memories of your time in Lemuria. You have a lot of knowledge from that ancient civilization. Lemuria is also known as Mu. It also is much more ancient than Atlantis. Some of you guys can resonate with a lot of solar feminine energy, okay? And you could be getting some next level downloads, okay? And the way that my camera is set up, I'm kind of looking every which way, okay? I feel like this is also how your messages are coming in. You are getting a lot of pings here, pings there, and you're like, how is all this connected to me, right? Some of you guys have extensive soul records. Your Akashic records, if we were to go into them, we would probably be here for years. That's how in-depth your life has been. Your soul's origin for some of you guys is star coded. So Earth is not your first planet experience. And I do want to highlight for somebody, even though you could be from the same star constellation as somebody, you will be much different because every star seed, every individual is different. No different from if you're from Atlanta, DC, California, you're not going to act like everybody else that is from there because you've had different experiences. And a lot of you guys have had multiple reincarnations, different training in star constellations. So you may resonate and feel pulled towards a lot of different things. So you could resonate with more than one star constellation. And some of you guys are hybrids. Now, this message, if you're seeing this, you are indeed star coded. Because the way that I have manifested this video to get to the star seed that it needs to, oh baby, it's time. And some of you guys are a part of a collective of souls that came here for a very specific mission. And part of your mission is to wake people up through your high vibrational energy. And a lot of the times people think it's not enough room for everybody. Everybody's doing this, but nobody's going to do it like you. Because no one starseed is the same, regardless of the mission. My nose is itching, okay? It's right on point. And some of you guys are so creative, your ideas feel like they come out of thin air. This is because you are so in touch with your star family. Also with your higher self. You're naturally very creative. When somebody's like, who is your muse? Who's your inspiration? You are your inspiration. You channel divine innovation, okay? Some of you guys are natural inventors, trendsetters. Okay, you don't fit in. You never did. You weren't supposed to. Look at my nose. Some of you guys are also very sensitive in skin and energy. You probably can't put a lot of things on your skin. You probably can't do a lot of the stuff people do. Like even when you think of how nowadays people are getting surgery, you're somebody who knows your body would probably have a terrible reaction. I just heard to give you guys an example. So this was like a few years back. I had went to get a simple procedure, which was getting my eyelashes, what is it called? Tinted. Okay, because I was like, oh, I don't feel like doing mascara. I want to get my eyelashes tinted. And now my eye is like, some of the glitter from my eye is like, but okay. So I went to get it done. And literally my eye, I had an immediate reaction. My eyes, like when I said I couldn't see the whole trip, I'm calling the people, they even had to pay me. Like now looking back, I'm like, dang, they really got away with that. Like I just kind of let them whatever. Because I had so much medical bills, I couldn't see. Like all of that from a simple, just getting my eyelashes tinted. Because of whatever they were using, my skin was way too sensitive. So now I don't even try to play those type of games. You could be like that. Like, oh, you know, what works for somebody may not work for you. Okay? Now, this is also because you are very sensitive to the frequencies of this planet as well. Some of you guys who have the past lives, you also had the past lives in Lemuria. So you know a lot of ancient relics. You are a walking ancient relic yourself. Some of you guys are old souls, okay? And old souls is a real thing, meaning your soul has had multiple reincarnations. If you don't believe in that, I'm not here to convince you. I do block people, so listen, keep your ego on the other side. This is not the channel where you are going to be getting some type of recognition and having your spotlight moment, okay? I will block you. Point blank, period. And some of you guys are no nonsense like that because the mission is so much bigger than a lot of low vibrational souls that have not understood their purpose here. About 60 or 70% of people on this planet are star coded. The other 30 to 40% are earth seeds, Gaian seeds, whatever the case may be. Now, in that population of the different origins, let's say, a few percentage are actually new souls. They're very rare. They are here, meaning it's their first time on earth. It's their first time, having this experience, okay? And they act very young in spirit. They could even be older than you. Some of you guys who are old souls, you may realize that it's some people who are older than you, but they're younger than you, okay? This is not a mistake. Your soul is older than theirs. This is also a problem for them, okay? Accepting the level of restraint you have, the level of wisdom, the way that you carry yourself. Some of you guys carry yourself very gracefully. You are a beautiful reflection of your higher self. I needed to confirm that for somebody. You are beautiful in energy and in aura. And you do radiate a golden aura when you are front facing to the world. So you have a lot of confidence. You also are somebody who looks like they've come from royal energy, regal. Okay, you operate on the frequency of money as well. Abundance loves you. Okay, even if you were somebody who had a much harder life, it was very, how can I put this, on brand for you to turn it around, right? You did not succumb to your circumstances. Some of you guys did literally choose the hardest level. So the families that you incarnated to, you're here to heal them. You're here to shift them. So you could have had some really, really challenging circumstance, and due to your healing and the way that you carry yourself now, it's almost as if people think you've had an easy life. They don't even understand how much it took for you to get to the peace that you have today. But all of that is in unison with your mission, because you needed to understand Earth in itself, being as though Earth is one of the lowest frequencies, and you are here to raise the planet with your energy. You guys are fulfilling your soul's contract now and awakening to who you've been and who your soul agreed to be when you came here. Okay, now those of you who have the past life information and these ancient civilizations as well, you're getting a lot of those memories. Okay, you may be drawn to natural herbs, healing things. Okay, you could be feeling the need to protect yourself at this time. Earth's energy is very harsh, and as always, I will be turning the camera around so that you can physically see the cards as I pull them, because I do like to have some type of duality sometimes where you can actually see the person, behind the message. Also, you have a very otherworldly beauty. Your features, you do look like an alien for some of you guys, and this is on purpose. My phone died, and that also was a message for somebody too. You could have a very, very low social meter battery. Okay, you don't always want to talk with everyone. You don't always want to kick it with everyone. It's like, okay, I've had enough outside time. I need to go back. I need to recharge. I need to go back to self. So you're always grounding yourself. You're always feeling the need to not overextend yourself in a way that is detrimental to your health. Okay, now some of you guys, if you have been waking up hearing your name being sung or called, or you just been seeing a lot of white lights in your dreams or different things, some of you are being contacted and supported by Seraphim, which is one of the highest vibrational angelic type presence that can come around you, okay? They're known, my phone cut off there. So they're known as the highest level of angelic presence, okay? They also radiate from a strong heart space. So if you've been feeling or hearing your name being called or saying in your dreams, that's why, because they're helping you with activating your throat chakra, and they are bestowing a lot of divine insight on you at this time. You should be so grateful for them, because when they reach out to you and they protect you in that way, baby, you have a divine mission, okay? And you also have a lot of angelic protection. You are an earth angel. You are here to raise the planet, not adhere to predetermined social structures that have been forced upon us, okay? This is why a lot of things just don't resonate with you. A lot of ways of thinking, or even being judgmental, even if you don't particularly rock with somebody or like somebody, you still are able to understand them on a level of, okay, this person acts like this for this reason, but I don't have to be around it, okay? Because you're somebody, you're a strong empath, so you operate from your heart space as well. So you don't like to get involved into a lot of people's mess. You're like, keep it over there. You also deeply care about this planet's evolution, okay? A lot of things that are going on in the world could feel very heavy on you, because you're very clairsentient as well, so you're very sensitive to energy. The message for you, though, is to not internalize everything. You cannot save everybody in one breath, so allow yourself to rest, okay? Especially if you're somebody who, you know, you are a divine messenger and you give divine messages. Remember, there are billions of people on this earth. So if you ever thought of, you know, nobody's going to want to hear my message, there's enough people giving messages, they're not getting the same downloads as you, they're not connected to the same things as you. So remember, you have a purpose here, okay? In addition to that, you may feel the weight of the world is on your shoulders if you're already sharing those messages. You may feel like you're always needing to give output. You're being called to draw back from that, okay? And allow yourself to rest. You are also supposed to be enjoying yourself here. Everything is not supposed to be so serious all the time, okay? And some of you guys are Sirian starseeds from A, B, and C. Also, some of you guys are unblocking your solar plexus at this time. You had a fear in the past of being seen. You're letting that go because you need to be seen, okay? Everything about you is divinely crafted and on purpose and intentional. So your placement here is not something that was made with careless mindsets or careless decisions. Everything about you, from your features to, you know, the way that you are, has a purpose. A lot of you guys chose certain families, certain cultures, certain races to incarnate in this lifetime. It associates with different struggles. It associates with different ancestral gifts, etc. So a lot of you guys are, again, hybrid souls. You also lived different lifetimes, in the sense that you weren't always the same race, you weren't always from the same area, etc. Like different things for different people, okay? So you may resonate with different continents, different countries, different cultures. This is all something that is your past life memory. Some of you guys are, again, unlocking a lot of memories from your Akashic records at this time, okay? In addition to that, you have a lot of people observing you as well. So you may always feel like a spectacle sometimes, even when you want to be hidden. But this is because, again, you're meant to be seen, and your aura does feel otherworldly, because it is. It is. So if you ever felt like, why do I feel like an alien in this world? Because you are. Because you are. And in addition to that, some of you guys have been weighing on certain decisions, like, am I doing what I need to do? Am I on the right path? You are being divinely guided, and your soul has already decided what it was going to do when you chose to come here, okay? Some of you guys need to realize that you are right where you need to be, or on the path where you need to go. Even if it doesn't always reflect right away, you need to understand that the seeds that you are planting are sprouting into bigger things. Now, I do Starseed an Akashic record reading. So if you want to know your star origin, you want to know anything about your past lives, etc., that will be linked in the description as well if you want to book a personal transmission with me for that. Okay, and again, I will be flipping the camera around so that you can get the full gist of this message. Okay, also, I do want to say this while you're looking at me so that you know that it's me. I will never reach out to you via DM for a reading. There are a lot of scammers and fake pages. They tend to do this to a lot of people who do spiritual readings and work. I feel that it is all a part of the bigger hoax of trying to discredit people who give messages, because a lot of the times you'll report the accounts and then they're still up, or they're like, we didn't see the problem, right? And they're pretending and reaching out to people for donations. So if you follow me on like TikTok or Instagram, I know they do it a lot there. Also, be aware of the scams in the comment sections on YouTube videos. If you are still in a scarcity mindset when it comes to your abundance, you are an easy target for these scammers. Okay, what they do is they say, I cannot believe I've made $30,000-$40,000 a week, retired, I'm doing this, doing that, and then a lot of people start flooding the person who made the comment and like, give it to me, da-da-da. Then they're giving you a random number. You should never be taking a random number. It's a reason why YouTube does not allow people to give out their numbers in the comment section, because these people are scammers. And every time you interact with something like that for a quick hit of something, you're sending that to the universe that you are still in scarcity mode and you're not getting the understanding. If you want something to where you're generating a lump sum of money, anywhere from thousands of dollars a month, utilize your gifts. Tap in with your Starseed family. Tap in with your purpose. It's not, how can I put it? It's not far-fetched. Trust me. Okay? So instead of looking for more ways and playing games in the matrix, utilizing your gifts is key. And that's not going to be for everybody. That is for people who may even cross-watch, needed that message, or somebody who just is still trying to find a way and they're not supposed to be doing those things, right? So I do try to, how can I put it, delete those comments when they come, because they're scammers. But I know y'all just heard my door creak. But at the end of the day, I'm not online all day. So sometimes they'll be up there and you have to utilize your discernment. In addition to that, now this video I'm filming this for YouTube. So the only way that I do accept donations, I will never ask. If you feel called to give some type of love exchange, donate to the channel, then I'll put my Cash App in the description. But you also can do super thanks on YouTube as well. Okay, so I have turned the camera, so we're going to go ahead and start the message. I do just want to highlight that I have oranges here and star anise, and I have water, as this message is very water coated. I also have a Stargate replica here. Okay, you may even feel something looking at this. Some of you guys are ancient souls that have came through the Stargate. If you're even here watching this, you ascended through the portal somehow, some way. Okay, hello. Now we're going to continue to finish the message here, but I do just want to highlight, for some of you guys, I am getting Sirian, Mintakan, and some Pleiadian vibes as well. Majority Starseeds are hybrids. Now, there are a few that have just only lived in one star constellation, but a lot are multidimensional, meaning that they've spent time in multiple dimensions, okay? So you may resonate with more than one Starseed family. That is not out of the ordinary as well, okay? Now, I do want to go ahead and go back to a lot of divine protection that you have while you're on this realm. Being as though Earth is one of the lowest vibrational planets, and even as I'm doing this message, I feel out of breath. Like I'm literally just sitting and I feel out of breath. Like there's some type of energetic interference that does not want me to continue, in a sense, because for some of you guys, this is like the spiritual clearance you've been waiting for. This message is going to reveal a lot. There are a lot of shadow-like beings who have tried to stop your remembrance. And some of you guys have made divine decrees, okay, to where you were going to remember your origin and why you came here. So this is why you constantly feel this everlasting, I need to know my purpose. I need to know what I'm here for. And a lot of this is being revealed. And as you're doing this, it is going to trigger a lot of darker entities, okay, in this realm. When you think of the fact that majority of this realm is made up of dark energy and dark matter, okay, it's no joke. So a lot of you guys are picking up on a lot of energetic interferences when it comes to utilizing your gifts or uncovering your origin, but continue to push through that, okay? Now, when it comes to those of you who have the ancient wisdom regarding Lemuria, aka Mu, you are starting to get those visions, those dreams. You're getting guided towards certain crystals. That is not out of the ordinary, okay? Being as though when Lemuria did sink, its wisdom was encoded into specific crystals, specifically clear quartz. So if you've been feeling drawn towards working with that crystal, that's not out of the ordinary. Some of you guys do have strong connections to the mineral kingdom, okay, on different levels. Now, Lemuria, somewhat like Atlantis, was another civilization that worked hand in hand with Gaian, so earth beings and star beings coexisting, working together. A lot of the Anunnaki was also there as well, planting crops, planting seeds, working hand in hand with earthbound souls. Now, that civilization did in fact sink. Some of you guys may have memories, and it is indeed much older than Atlantis, okay? Now, with Atlantis, some of you guys do have memories of Atlantis as well. Atlantis was more of a solar masculine civilization, so the energy was more focused on intellect, like tech, innovation, geometry, that kind of thing. Also sound and energetic frequencies, whereas Lemuria was more focused on lunar feminine energy, so like essence, you know, auric fields, healing, very connected to nature, crystals, and divine feminine energy. Now, if you do resonate with Atlantean memories or being a part of that wealth of knowledge with that civilization, that does not mean that you have to be a male. As women and men, we all have masculine and feminine energy. It's all about balancing that frequency, right? So a lot of you guys are coming into balance with your energies. A lot of you guys are diving deeper too into the spirit realm. Some of you guys may have started activating certain gifts. For somebody, your mediumship gifts as well. Excuse me, confirmation burp. Now, a lot of people at this time, you may be noticing, are copying you, okay? They want you to make sure that you're protecting your energy and keeping yourself at bay, okay? It's like a lot of souls here, okay? Let me just break this down. A lot of you are old souls, okay? That's a thing. This isn't your first lifetime. This isn't your first incarnation. So what's going on is a lot of mid-term, mid-level souls. So they've had a few reincarnations, but they have not had as many as you. So they're still figuring out different lessons here on this planet. Some of them may even still be battling with spiritual understanding. Like they know that there's some type of truth in spirituality, or, you know, in their connection to the spirit realm, but they still struggle with being in the 3D as well. So it's almost as if they're kind of like in some type of like limbo in a way. They're still here learning lessons, you know, repeating some cycles, that kind of thing. So for them, you know, they still are being affected by ego, okay? So they haven't fully let go of their egos. Those are the ones who are, you may notice, are in spirituality, but they tend to copy a lot of people, right? They know that it's some truth to it, but they don't actually dive deeper into their gifts. Some of them are doing it for egotistical purposes, or they are not fully diving in for the right reasons, right? My nose is also itching, and I just caught 7-Eleven. So even like the convenience store, like a lot of them are just doing it because it's convenient, not actually understanding, you know, how deep it goes, right? And now with you guys being old souls, you don't do things for ego purposes. You don't do things for kudos. You are not bound by material gains like people in this world. Now, that is not to say that you do not like luxurious things or the finer things, but those things do not define your worth, is what I mean, okay? I'm not saying you're one of those people that say, I don't care about, you know, having any money or anything like that. You naturally, when you're on this frequency, you're going to attract abundance. So you understand that you are not what you have, but you may have a lot. And that also triggers people because you are very humble, okay? And it didn't take you long to understand that money is a frequency. And when you're in alignment, oh boy, will it flow. Okay. So some of you guys have also had some, what seems to other people as unfair luck, but really you just are integrating lessons and things that you've learned from multiple lifetimes. It's not your first rodeo. You also could have a very low tolerance for people who are small-minded. Okay. I'm getting that, you know, your biggest thing is, you know, continuing to have protection around your gifts, around your projects. Your ancestors do work with you. Like I said in the first half of the message, a lot of you guys have a lot of angelic assistance here as well. Your earth angels, some of you guys are spirit guides in the making. So you're here to continue to get some information. Okay. Now with these midterm souls, again, they have the understanding of spirituality to an extent, but they're still doing ego-driven things. So even if they're not in spiritual careers or whatever the case may be, it's just still the lack of restraint, okay? And there are, you know, a lot of those mid-interim souls. Now, new souls are here as well, meaning this is their first time, you know, in any journey, right? So this is their first time on earth, okay? So you may notice they're very fascinated by a lot of things. It's like, how can I put this? Living life to the fullest without consequence, or it's a very young energy, right? So, you know, it's very few of those, okay? But they're here. And now with some of you guys being old souls, some of you guys have even graduated to what is I like to call an elder-like frequency. So you're even going beyond old souls to elder frequency, where that is like a higher level tier to where you don't have any shadow. Like you are so integrated into your purpose here that no one can shake you off that, and you know you're big, it's bigger than you. You also don't have time to operate from ego because you understand that you cannot afford to do that, and some of you guys just naturally are not built like that. So it's like you may have a lot of people project onto you, but again, that's more of those mid-tier souls who are still trying to understand that everybody has their own journey. So we're not living in scarcity, and you understand that, okay? So you have a lot of wisdom, okay? And you are integrating a lot of it, and you're meant to share that information. Now, when it comes to a lot of what I would like to call younger souls, or whatever the case may be, they're here, okay? And some of you guys have encountered them. For example, you could be you could be younger in age, or you just look young for your age. What tends to happen, you have a lot more wisdom than people that are like 10, 20 years older than you, and then so on. And you trigger these souls, and you may have noticed like they could be older, like 40 plus, and they have, you know, they speak about people terribly, they act terribly, they it's no couth, it's no decorum. It is very, very volatile in actions, in words, okay? It's like the devil's mouth just running, right? You know, they allow their vessels to be overtaken by darker entities. Because remember, we are spiritual beings having a human experience, not the other way around. So what's happening when they allow themselves to fall into those traps, they don't even realize they're allowing the vessel to be overtaken by a darker force. So your light, your wisdom, your beauty, everything literally triggers the dark insecurities in these people, and the things that they allow to operate in their vessel. So you may have noticed, like if you're at workplaces, okay, you could be the youngest one at your job, and you'll have older women old enough to be your parent in this lifetime, or your grandparent, or whatever, and they hate on you, they talk badly about you. This is because you trigger in them the stagnancy, but also you are more mature. But this is because your soul is older, okay? So they're younger than you on a soul level. So that's very important for you to, you know, realize that you're not your earth age, okay? Because this message is for starseeds. So if you're seeing this, you are in fact a galactic being. And in addition to this, you'll notice that a lot of people here feel very lost, but yet you always are in alignment, right? You always are being pointed in a direction, even if somehow you fall out of alignment, because again, nobody is 100%, how can I place this? Nobody's path who is a higher level soul is without some type of interference. So even if you falling off your path or pausing for some type of reason, you always get led back. You always pull yourself out of situations most people, they stay stagnant in, okay? And a lot of mid-tier souls are, you know, repeating lessons. They're going to keep having reincarnations until they, you know, they start learning the lesson, okay? And a lot of you guys are rewriting a lot of karmic contracts and things that you are meant to clear out here. So that's something that a lot of you guys are integrating at this time as well, okay? I had posted a message, I want to say it was a couple weeks ago, and it was in regards to a download that I had received regarding Earth in general, okay? More so in the next timeline, going into what is called like a golden era. So it's like the awakening. It's like people on Earth are finally going to be in the same level of unified consciousness. So it's going to almost resemble Eden times. And I'm not even talking biblically here, okay? I'm meaning in restoring Earth's balance, okay? So that Earth beings can literally be a part of the higher intercellular, oh, you see what I'm saying? Network again, okay? So a lot of extraterrestrial intelligence and genetic codes are being awakening in a lot of you, okay? You're going through a lot of upgrades. You could feel a lot of attacks in your throat chakra, even right now, okay? I'm going to just take a deep breath. Okay. And I noticed one of the candles has some, it's a 3-wick candle. Okay. And one of them just literally started smoking because it went out, and 2 are lit. So 222 could be significant. Okay. That's alignment. Whenever you're seeing 222, you're in alignment with your assignment. You're coming into balance with yourself. And even right now, as I noticed that, and I said I needed to take a deep breath, because again, the interference will be very strong. This is why your life has felt like you felt a lot of demonic type attacks. I am going to spray my sacred aura spray. Okay? And cheers, right? And then, I don't know why I just thought cheers of like somebody drinking. You could have had something where, you know, maybe somebody's having a drink, or maybe you had to stop drinking because you used it as an escape. That is not out of the ordinary for a galactic being to struggle with some type of addiction to something, okay? It falls into your escapism in a sense, because you're always wanting to escape this planet's reality. It feels harsh. It feels like a lot. And a lot of you guys have wanted to go home for a very long time, okay? So that was a message specifically for somebody. You may not resonate with that part of the message, but somebody needed that message, okay? Now, in addition to that, I'm going to move forward here. A lot of you guys have open portals, okay? And through those portals, a lot of souls, even those who operate in the shadow, have tried to come through, okay? And then some are not even operating as like a snake-like energy. They more so just saw a little window and they see your light shining bright. They see you moving towards again this high level unity. Some of you guys have iridescent type auras as well, okay? Some of you guys, you shine. And so I did see a comment where somebody asked me on my last message, you know, how do you close a portal? When it comes to closing portals, okay, after you know, specifically reach out to certain ancestors, or if you're doing some type of mediumship reading for other people, it's important to close those portals, you know, stating that you return back to mind, body, and spirit as you are utilizing your vessel as a vehicle. Those readings also take life force energy. Any reading that you do, you are utilizing your life force energy. Speaking is using life force energy. And I just keep seeing some little fly. This fly wasn't in here earlier. And I don't know why I just saw the camera kind of flicker a little bit. Okay, so you have a lot of people and things that tend to spy on you for somebody, or try to look at your work. Like I said, for somebody, you have a lot of copycats, people in their shadows who are having a hard time getting over self-proclaimed mountains. A lot of people claim victimhood, okay? It's very important that you do not claim being a victim. Even if you've been through a lot, you say that those lessons have only shown you your strength. Do not ever claim being a victim of anybody's manipulation or anything like that. It's very important. Okay. Now, in addition to that, you know, they're still struggling with that. Some of them are in like karmic loops. Some of them have revenge fantasies. What is a revenge fantasy? Okay. A revenge fantasy is when they keep sitting around. Then people are going to get karma because of how they treated me. They're going to, you know, I just want to see them burn. I want to see them go down. Mid-tier souls. You guys who are older souls, old souls, elder souls, you don't care about people getting revenge. Because on a soul level, you understand that those people, no matter if they've hurt you or whatever, is beyond you. And you don't care about the revenge. You care about your ascension. Okay? So you have a lot of people that are still stuck in revenge loops. And you see it all the time. And they think that it's okay to be petty, to be prude, or, you know, they did it to me, so I'm going to do it to them. It's just a never-ending cycle of red flags circling around. And then they don't understand why their life is full of so much drama and karma and different things. So it's very important for you to continue what you're doing in terms of staying away from energies like that. And they tend to project the most. So that is very important for somebody. Also, in addition to clear quartz, somebody needs to get a celestite crystal for your spirituality, your serenity, and vision. And I did state that I was going to turn the camera around, but we are pulling messages from the water because I said this message is very water-coated. Okay, even if you resonate with the other star constellations, that is perfectly fine. But this message is very water coded. Mintakan, Sirius energy, very strong here, and some Pleiadian as well. So I just saw somebody smiling. Somebody, star ancestor, smiling. This beautiful smile with these sharp eyes. Okay. Now, some of you guys may even be getting visions of how you looked, okay, in these star constellations and your suits and different things. So a lot of you guys may also feel very drawn to, again, different styles, futuristic looks, or even looks that are, you know, dating back, because again, some of you guys were a part of these ancient civilizations. Some of you guys came down on missions. Some of you guys had past lives there as well. Some of you guys were also royalty. And I also got for somebody in a lot of the crystallized water civilizations, you literally were a part of the Admiral Fleet type of energy, the Royal Guard. So some of you guys were natural guardians as well. Okay, wasps can be significant. My kids just ran out the room because there was a wasp in the room, okay? Okay. Back to the message. So a lot of you guys also are diving deeper into that, okay? I'm not going to go back to where I had cut off because I like to just keep the channel specifically open to move forward here. Okay, a lot of you guys have dealt with a lot of spiritual interferences, but you had significant roles, okay, that you're remembering. I'm seeing somebody sitting on a royal throne in a water-based temple, and they are in a line of council and they're making decisions. Some of you guys also were a part of the Royal Guard, so you had very specific missions on protecting a lot of royalty. Some of you guys were royalty. The list goes on. Some of you guys, that was your role in your Starseed journeys, and others of you, you had Earth lifetimes where you were royalty or scribes for royals. You are remembering those memories. I just called 111 because again, I had to stop this message. So I'm on a new video line here, and I am going to pull some cards as well. I know I said that already, but I had to make sure because sometimes it'll slip my mind. Now, in addition to that, when it comes to closing portals, you can say something along the lines of, I return back to mind, body, and spirit. Any portal that has been opened, I now close it. That's a simple one, but I will say that it depends on what portals you're opening. It depends on what gifts you have. Some things need to be specifically tailored to you, whether you channel them yourself, or if you want me to give you a personalized portal closing, I do add those in my spiritual gift blueprint readings. So if you still have confusion regarding what spiritual gifts you harbor, then I recommend going to the description and booking a spiritual gift blueprint reading, because I do give tailored spiritual portal closings, as well as dive into what your gifts are that you are meant to be utilizing, etc., and a message from your spirit team. So if that's something you're interested in, the link will be in the description for that. Okay, now in addition to that, you've dealt with a lot of people speaking negatively on you, because I really don't like to dive into, you know, a lot of he say, she say, but it did come out that this does need to be confirmed for somebody. I'm going to move this over because we will be pulling some cards now. And if you're still here and it's resonating with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I didn't even mean to grab this deck, so we'll see what needs to be said. Pendulum. Yeah, some of you guys have been weighing out different decisions. Some of you guys could have recently used a pendulum, or you're being called to use more pendulums. I do have my pendulum here, so we can pull that out as well towards the reading. if we have time. If we have time. Because I do have a few other things I have to do before the night is over. And I also would like you guys to be very cautious about your energy. Don't be giving it out to everything and everybody. I'm telling you something that you already know, but it's just a reminder here, because your energy is very potent, and the quickest way for people to stop you is to siphon your life force energy, especially because you come from a heart place when you do make decisions. Okay, and remember I spoke about this iridescent aura. Look at this. It's like rainbow type aura, okay? And you make decisions from a heart place. And this is also why somebody I'm talking to, you always have a lot of abundance as well, because of the fact that you make decisions from a genuine place. You're not trying to get over on people. You always are looking to protect people. You know, you have learned a lot from your experiences here. Whoa, light just went out. Light just went out. You've learned a lot from your experiences here. That is strange, because I don't believe my phone is actually dying. It's saying it's overheating. Okay, so we're running very low here. I plugged up my light, but it also is running out of battery. So I take that as a divine sign. A lot has already been revealed in this reading, so we'll have to do this another time. But now, retreating to recharge, trusting the process, Dharma. And then the Shambhala initiation. Some of you guys are going through this initiation. Some of you guys have strong connection to a lot of Hindu culture practices. This is because you've had time there. You also, in transcendental meditation, have the ability to go here. Okay, and you're being called to retreat to recharge, trusting the process. Okay, 555 is also coming up here. And remember, earlier I said making sure you're recharging, resting. You're not supposed to be in hustle mode. Okay, it was funny because somebody was like, oh, you disappeared. I think I didn't post it. Especially nowadays, you are being told to overexert yourself. And even just now, my son interrupted. So I had to say something to him just now because he had a question. So you will see that cut off. But yes, a lot of you guys, you know, are going through solar plexus upgrades. You're unblocking those things, stepping more into the spotlight, tapping into that inner fire. But you don't want to dim your light, okay? You don't want to dim your brightness. So you do have to make sure that you are doing things that you love, recharging, retreating, also trusting the process at this time, okay? It's very, very important. And like I was saying, you know, you're not always supposed to be in hustle mode. I'll keep going till the light cuts out. You're not supposed to be doing that because some of you guys, again, it messes with your life force energy, knowing when to pull back. Now, if you are just starting out and, you know, you are still trying to get clients or building up your social platforms, that's a little bit different, okay? You know, pour in, but make sure you pour into things in places that pour into you. Do not overextend yourself, okay? I always say that it's so much more important, especially if you're doing spiritual careers, to be in alignment with the message and make sure your energy is clear and good than overexerting yourself, putting out 1,000 messages, okay? One message in alignment will hit so much harder than 1,000, okay? So that's also significant for somebody, because somebody could be tired. I just felt out of breath, okay? Some of you guys do need to go deeper into Akashic record readings. That will be linked in the description, but some of you guys are tapping into them now, okay? A lot of you are getting past life memories. Some of you guys are also remembering different cultures, different things that you are feeling drawn to because you've lived life there, okay? You're also clearing a lot of the old versions of you in this lifetime. This is letting you know you don't have to hold on to those old scenarios, stories, mistakes you've made in this lifetime or in past lifetimes. You know, you're clearing out people, places, and things too that only saw the old version of you, only saw you when you were, you know, in a more self-deprecating role or self-sabotaging, right? So now you're becoming free of those old narratives. It's free for you to practice your spirituality. It's free for you to step into your gifts. It's free for you to take on this role. You have so much protection. You have so much wisdom. You're like a walking ancient library. Some of you guys are also being guided towards certain books as well. Okay. And a lot of you guys, again, I said you operate from this heart frequency. So you're unlocking a lot of stuff. Your heart chakra is opening because you had to put up barriers. You had to put up a lot of barriers because people took your kindness for weakness. People have went out of their way to try to take your generosity as free for grabs. I just caught 333. You always had a lot of divine support, but you were somebody who is a support to others. So it was like, you know, not everybody's going to appreciate you. And that, I feel like that goes in hand to what I even said about when you're creating online, whether it's spiritual content or whatever you're doing. Because remember, a lot of the talents that you have, acting, singing, painting, styling, different things, okay? All of that is spiritual coded as well. People who are directors, writers, they invoke feelings. That's a spiritual connection. Okay, so it doesn't even just mean being a reader. It means whatever you're putting out content-wise. You know, make sure that you are always giving yourself space to create from your heart's origin and what you really want to create versus what you think other people want you to create, right? Because now a lot of days, that's what people tend to do, especially a lot of mid-tier souls. That's why you see them copying a lot of people. Now, when you are somebody who is higher in soul, how can I say this? I heard soul level frequency. You naturally are rebellious to, okay, the algorithm says I need to be doing this, or this states this. You naturally don't even resonate with that because you're like, wait, I didn't break out of 9-to-5 life or the matrix for me to still be running the rat race. Okay, that's very important. And some of you guys have also had memories since you were a child coming through the portal, okay? But also as children, you've had strong gifts. You naturally were drawn to certain things, right? You were very straightforward. We recently celebrated my daughter's birthday. I have 2 girls whose birthday is in this month, okay? So my oldest, she literally, and you see I'm hesitant on even sharing this, but they're pushing me to. She's very drawn to mermaids. She loves the beach. She loves everything about being in the water. She's very, very girly. She even told me, you know, she does not want me to buy her pants. So like, you know, like I would buy her pajama pants or little cute sets like that. And she was just like, no, she just wants dresses. So that's literally all I get her is dresses. She's very, her favorite colors are pink and gold. Okay. When it was time to do something a while ago where it was like getting some like big picture mural thing for her room. And it was castle themed. I asked her what color she wanted. And she literally said she wanted it to be a gold castle. She has remembrance of her life in Gold Castle. Very, very soulful, okay? So she's such a beautiful soul. Very intelligent. Bright-eyed, okay? That's how some of you are. And even the way she carries herself is very, very, I like to call it mermaid coded, very graceful. Okay. And so I posted a video a while back. You would have to go further down my page where she shared her remembrance of a star civilization being destroyed and how basically all of the kids went to specific camps while all the adults were out of here, basically. Okay? That's further down. You have to go further down. That message was very significant. Somebody needs to hear that. But they remember. And mind you, I don't have these conversations with her where I start these conversations. She literally heard me listening to a specific frequency. And then she started literally stating those things. So remember, a lot of you guys are also connected through sound. And sound frequencies are very, very significant. Somebody needs to listen to 432. My light just went out. Okay, at that point, they're like, Hunter, stop the message. I'm going to turn on this Stargate portal, and this is how we're going to end the message here. I want you guys to look into this. You may feel something. You may not. You may have to come back. But a lot of you guys came through portals that look just like this. I wish you so much more prosperity, so much more on your journey. If you need to contact me, everything will be in the description. I do recommend, okay, joining my membership, because now I'm able to do memberships on here, and that is where we will be doing rituals that will not be posted on the public channel. They will only be for the temple members. So I do recommend going to the temple tier. I believe they do different tiers. The temple tier, so that you have access to everything, because we will be doing rituals. I will be posting exclusive readings there, okay? And I'm specifically going to be posting a light-coded reading, water-based ritual, okay? And it will be a reading involved in it as well. So I will have the information in description for you to join that membership channel here on YouTube as well. But there should also be a little sign on the video too, next to, I believe, the subscribe. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But if you're already subscribed, it will say join, okay? So you can join that way as well, so that you do not miss out. I wish you so much prosperity, and thank you for staying to the end of this transmission. And as you continue to go up, remember, everything aligns at the right time. You are not late on your mission. You are arriving right when you need to. Because everything that you went through, everything that you've been through is a part of your ascension. You're never supposed to fit in. You were never supposed to water yourself down. You were supposed to continue to be free, be silly, and keep it pushing. And some of you guys, you remember. Happy ascension.